I'm talking to Eric Shealy at Riverbanks Zoo and Garden in the brand new, wonderful greenhouses.
Yes, thank you, yes.
And, you know, when you think about Riverbanks Zoo and Garden, people think about the zoo aspect and the animals, but of course the garden side is exquisite in its own right. And then throughout the entirety of it, it's plants, plants, plants,
yes.
plants,
We're
plants.
heavily planted.
Yes, you are. And so they've got to be protected, and you've got to propagate, and you needed a better greenhouse. So this is it.
Yeah, this is it. This is a while coming. The last greenhouses were about 28 years old. We definitely designed better this time. So we got something that was a lot more structurally sound, a lot more advanced technologically, and then we have seen the results, especially this year, a lot more happier plants.
And I think we're almost hurricane proof too, I think.
This building is very solid. They said it was rated to a Category 4 hurricane. So yes.
So this is where we'll all come to evacuate.
I mean, it might be scary, but yeah, you can. I mean. Yeah.
But so let's talk about some of the wonderful features that this greenhouse has that make it life so much easier for you and let you have more plants and everything.
So when we designed these, we sat down with an engineer from our greenhouse company, Stuppy Greenhouses, out of Kansas City, and they basically gave us a rep who is local, and he helped us design based upon our wants. So our needs and wants were all met pretty much, and he made those a reality by, you know, coupling what we needed to get out of them, and he just made it a reality, and which is the best of building relationships. If anybody's built a house or anything before, if somebody can extrapolate what you need, that's the best thing. But no, our advancements, we can grow a ton more plants. There's a ton more automation, so I can control everything from the phone in my pocket.
Wow.
I can sit at home and I can change temperatures, and I can put shade on houses. I can regulate the temperature of any house, cool it down, warm it up. It's kind of fantastic. I can evacuate all the air out of a house in one go if I need to. So if you have like a pesticide application that you really need to get out of the house really quick, you can evacuate it. But
good heavens!
Yeah, so it's a lot of things that people don't really think about, but it makes our life a lot easier.
Every year you start over with lots of things that are going to be used by the gardeners, and I thought you probably just picked everything out and grew it, but that's not the way it works.
It would be a lot easier if I picked everything out and grew it, because it would not, well, honestly, it wouldn't be a challenge if I wanted it to be, but I do like a challenge when I grow. So our gardeners, we have about 10 gardeners, and they all have their different areas, and we also have group areas, and one of our horticulturists designs for those. And we're constantly trying to push limits with things. We grow new things every year. There's not been a year that I've been doing this job that we haven't grown something that I haven't grown before. So that, as a grower who likes challenges, that's a tremendous part of why I love this job. But having greenhouses like this definitely make that a little bit, and experimentation a little bit easier.
But you also have things that you know just work wonderfully.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And let's talk about some of those, because maybe there's some things that some people might want to consider growing in their South Carolina garden, where it's hotter than blue blazes, and sometimes it doesn't rain and all that kind of stuff.
So a lot of the things that we grow for the hot and humid climate here, I mean, if anybody ever wants to know what grows in hot and humid, they can always get in contact with us, because we know. When you grow annuals or perennials or whatever in a brick oven that is our botanical garden or the zoo next to a river, hot, humid is, you know, we're famously hot for a reason in Columbia. But in the greenhouse right now we have salvias. They're always a stalwart, heat and humidity tolerant plant. We have lantanas. Of course, lantanas, heat and humidity tolerant. We also have some cool things like nicotianas, the flowering tobacco. And people think, oh, tobacco, you're going to grow like in the fields. And yes, it's related to that, but no, these are very showy, and they actually last pretty decently for us, we found out. We also have a lot of different vincas. We love Mediterranean vinca. It really loves our hot and humid climate.
At the moment, we're standing in the area where you overwinter the tropicals.
Oh, yes.
And some of these are really big,
Yeah.
and apparently you've got a forklift. And so you can take these out and put them in places where they really add a bunch of wow.
Yeah, so after threat of frost is gone, these will go out. We usually take a forklift and we place them around the zoo and the garden. We'll do that before we even open to the public. So we're here at 6 a.m. getting these large pots out and having them in place by 9. So it's a little bit of a magic factor, but when we put them out, it is instant wow, because we can grow them here and they look just as good here as they will out there. This greenhouse holds our tropical collection, of course, and it has plants that we rotate in and out of exhibits. We rotate in and out of the public area as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think one of the wonderful things is these people with whom you worked did such crazy creative things. You got barn doors instead of swinging doors, which gave you extra room, and every inch is important to you.
Yes, so the part of the design aspect of the design process, we had to look at it as we need every available inch of space for plants. Being able to move around the greenhouse is great, but our old greenhouses, their benches were 10 feet shorter. So I made these 10 feet longer. All of the doors are sliding, except for the doors that don't need to be. So that swing, you have to account for that swing, and that swing, this is how technical we said, well, that would be about 25 plants, 25 1-gallon plants in the swing of a door, you know? So we had to really figure out where we could pull space from. So our cooling pads and our cooling systems all got smaller, but the same volume, just got smaller footprints, so we can put more plants in the backs of houses and stuff like that. Yeah.
I think just so much fun to go behind the scenes and realize as we just stroll through the gardens.
I think we realized that a little while ago, actually, as a zoo, people actually love to come into these greenhouses. So we do behind the scenes tours a lot over here, especially for special interest groups and stuff like that. We had, a master gardener group. We even had the HGIC people down here, everybody from Clemson's HGIC, the Home Garden Information Center, and they loved it.
Of course they did.
got a little field trip. While Clemson was on spring break, I think they were down here.
And as always, people couldn't get all the things done without volunteers. I think your volunteers are integral to the success.
They are. I always like to say that I cannot get my job done without volunteers, because they are my production assistants. I call them my production assistants because without them, our annual seasons don't get done, our regular propagation doesn't get done, our plant sale definitely would not get done, and just the general look and feel and health of the plants would not be as good. So yes.
Eric, it's so much fun to come and find out what makes it all happen, and you're such an integral part of that.
Well, thank
we really
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and I love having excited plant people around me.
It's our joy.
Thank you.